sticky. Make sure that I'm totally in frame with you guys. Sticky. Make sure that I'm totally in frame with you guys. Oh, I'm crooked. I don't like to be crooked. Crooked makes me crazy. There we go. See, I got the new copper colored one. Hey, Meg. I just noticed I had a piece of gold something on my... Hey, Chow. Hey, Kathleen. Feel free to proceed. Okay. Am I still going? Okay, I am. Hey, Elizabeth. So, today, I thought we'd do something here with these guys. Now, I'm not going to build them three-dimensional. I'm going to use them for a card. I'm going to start with the background. I'm going to get my flat box, and you know, I better put out this candle. I don't want any accidents. And I saw someone do this technique, and I think it is just so stinking cool. So I'm going to get 2 pieces of watercolor paper. Make sure that I've got the smooth side on both sides. I'm going to lay one in my splat box, and I'm going to give it a couple of squirts of water. And I'm going to come in, and first I'm just doing the background. I'm going to do some Villainous Potion. And I'm going to do some Prize Ribbon. Now this stuff dries back quite a bit. And I'm going to do some Salvage Patina, and this is in the oxide. The other ones I did were the spray stains. And I'm going to just kind of lean my box this way because I want it to go upwards and not downwards. Okay. And then I'm going to take the Hocus Pocus mica stain. And yes, I know I shake these wrong. I don't care. And I'm going to take the Snow Flurries. And come up into that. Oops, this is trying to clog. That's okay. I'm going to go in with some Fossilized Amber and some Mustard Seed Oxide. Okay, now I've got it all nice and wet. Want to make sure I have the smooth side. I'm just going to lay this down right on top and give it a smush. Hey Jim, hey Pam, hey Gloria. Okay, now that I've got that smushed, what do I have? Oh my goodness, I have 2 backgrounds. I'm going to set one aside. I'm going to work with this one, and I'm going to give it a dry. Talk amongst yourselves. You can see this dries back quite a bit. And let me just grab a paper towel here. Oops, knocking everything over here. And then I'm going to be trimming this down. So when I cut my watercolor paper, it's 12 by 9, so I cut it at 4.5 by 6. So I have wiggle room here. And I'm just going to dab up the sides here. And there you've got an instant background, right? Let's get this out. And I'll let the other one just dry on its own. I don't need to sit there and dry that one too. Okay, but if that wasn't rich enough in color, I'm going to cut this down to where I want it, which is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. See, that takes those funky edges right off. Get in there. Okay. Now I've got down to the size I need it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my crayons. And I'm going to get out my, and yes, my crayons are just mumbo jumbo in here. I'm going to get out my Hocus Pocus and my Snow Flurries. I'm going to kick this guy up a notch. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of go in here in the corner. And this stuff is, it's pearly. So I'm just coloring and then I'm just rubbing in with my finger. No big deal. Not too technical. I just want to get a little more purple in here. It doesn't take too long. And especially like areas where I really didn't want the yellow to come up. Let me just wipe my finger off because I'm going to be going in with another color here. And I don't mind this because it's going to be kind of covered by the houses. I'm going to go in with the Snow Flurries. What's that? I'm just going to bring it in and bring it down. And rub it in. It blends very nicely with the Hocus Pocus. Okay, quick and easy. Let's get a little bit more right here. Now these work very well on watercolor paper. I can attest to other papers, but the watercolor, it really blends nicely. I'm just gonna wipe my fingers off, put away my crayons. You think this card needs a flamingo? No. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Yeah, I am a little bit of a Trekkie. So before I go any further, I want to put some stars on here. And I just got this, excuse me, Dr. Martin's Iridescent Silver. I want to see how it works. So I haven't played with this before. I'm just going to drop a couple of drops. Oh, might get some in my dropper first. Hello. Okay. It doesn't want to come into the dropper. Prime it maybe. Okay. Fine. I'll just dip some out. I'm going to probably have to return that. And I'm going to take my little fan brush. I'm going to dip it in here. I'm just going to tap. This isn't snow, it's stars. I don't want it too heavy, but I don't want it so light that you can't see it. I'll be curious to see how this dries. Okay, let me just wipe off my brush here. Clean this off. I'm going to let this dry for a minute. I need it to be totally dry. Let me hit it with my heat tool. Why are you tangled? This is totally tangled up with something. Y'all, I had to turn on my heater today. Yes, I did get the copper matte. I mean, I like it fine. I'm a person that loves red, but not everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So my next, what I've got next up my sleeve is, let me move this stuff out of the way, is I've got my pan pastels. Now what the heck am I going to do with those? I'll show you. If I get this open. There we go. These are the only colors I have, so that's that. Okay, my mask was sitting here just 1 minute ago. Where'd you go? Oh, here it is. I've got just this is just a piece of acetate with a circle cut out of it. And I'm going to place where I want my moon. And I'm going to use this technical tool, which is a makeup brush. And I'm going to go in with my white. And I'm just going to pull that white in. I found this trick and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've been struggling with white ink. Look at that. It just goes right on. And I played with my regular, you know, those square pastels. And it worked just fine too. But these are a little bit looser, so they're easier to work with. The other ones, you kind of have to rub and rub on it to get enough chalk off, or whatever this substance is. There. Like this just works amazing. Janine, are you still feeling funky with that shingles? And I'm gonna just kind of wipe inwards. Ah, that's okay. See what happens though? I have this weird eraser. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know if it'll work. Well, it'll work if I can get it open. Now, I had tried this earlier, and I wanted to do like the Santa across there, but the only Santa and sleigh that I have is way too huge for the rest of the card. Yeah, that works just fine. Just kind of erase some of that excess that I messed up. That's that for the pan pastel. Now you could go in with deeper colors. Let me just fix that right there. Now this is one of those things, you know, when you're doing a haircut and you get one side uneven. And next thing you know, you don't have any hair left. Put that back in here. Goes away because we're done with them. So we've got our moon. I don't know what that is. And I'm just going to set this aside because the next thing we're going to be working with, and I'm going to move this out of my way. I'm going to use my Vagabond. Hang on. I mean, my Sidekick. And cut out some of these little houses. Now I'll set them on this so they don't go flying everywhere. But I want this shape. Want this shape, want these shapes. And these come with all these little windows. I got this set this year. I have another set that I got last year, and I'll need this. It cuts the triangles for the tops of the houses. And hoping you can see everything okay. Let me just pull this back a little bit more. And I'm gonna cut these houses out of black cardstock. All right, put my scissors. And I'll just take my little pad and just kind of trim it so that it's not too wide. And you are going to need some sort of tape for this technique because, can you see okay? Let me move this out of the way for a minute. So the only part I'm going to use of this house is this side. So I'm going to put it down here. I'm afraid I'll break my die if I go that far. Let me get up here. And I am going to just take a little piece of tape and tape this down. because I need to add my door. I think I'll go with this door. Come on. These are difficult to work with because they're so tiny. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this down with a little piece of tape because I don't want it to accidentally go over the top of that other. And I'm going to grab some windows. I think I'll go with these windows. That's upside down. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. And I'm gonna tape those down too. Gotta kind of sneak up on them or they move. See? Moved. Don't move. Don't move. And that one moved. Oh boy, I cut some crooked windows earlier today too. I didn't tape them down. Come on, you stinker. You need a few extra hands doing this. Okay, there we go. That's good. Let's go ahead and we'll do this house. I'm going to get as many as I can out of one cut. Let's do one of these kind of windows. Stay. And we'll do one of these. Very hard to do. Gotta have absolutely no shaky hand here. I'm gonna try and sneak up on those. Tape them down. All right, let me get my sidekick out here. I'm gonna just lay the other one and run that baby through. Okay. Just gonna keep those pieces of tape. And get that one out. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, before I move on to another house, is I'm gonna go ahead and trim this, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just give it a little bend at the score line, just so I can see where I'm cutting, because I'm working with black paper. I'm just gonna cut that right off. Since we're not going 3D with these, there's no point in keeping that side. And then I'm gonna cut off the fold lines where the roof is. Okay, there's one little house. Yeah. Go ahead and trim off, follow the line best I can. Again, it's very hard to see black on black. I need to cut this one in half. Now I have a little stencil we could do this whole thing with, but I fought with that stencil today and decided since I bought this set, I should use it. Okay, so I need my next house, which I think it's this one, yeah. Go ahead and trim this down again. our little houses and move them. Ugh, come here, you. Okay. And I'm going to lay this house down, and I need to do the rooftops for the tiny ones. And just tape that down so it doesn't move on me. Decide on how I want my window on this one. No. Blah, blah, blah. What's this? Oh, that's a shutter. I'm going to stick with the rounded door. Hold still. And I think I'll just go with a plain circle window. It's not centered. Ah! Guys, these things are a fight. If it's not centered, it's not centered. We'll live with it. And I'm not worried about this piece here. Just get those out of the way. Get the sidekick out. Make sure that's laying on there where it's going to cut. All right, it's too close to the end. Let's flip it over. What have I done here? Ah, you stinker. If you get them too close to the end of this thing, they won't roll through. There we go. Okay. Get that out of the way. Now, that over there. Oh, you didn't quite cut. That's okay. That out of the way, that out of the way. Get my tape off. Now, picking up the tiny pieces to put them away is a trick. So here's what I do. I'm going to put them away right away before I even cut anything out. Just take this little tool right here. Where'd the bag go? Grab the bag, open up the bag. And just snatch them up. Let them drop. This thing only holds so much and it loses its magnet, but get off there, you guys. Just makes them easier to pick up this way. Make sure there's nothing stuck to my magnet. There we go. Oops, I missed a couple. I'll do those by hand. They're big. Okay. So we've got these. Let me get my mat back down here so I can stay in frame. That's my trick for staying in frame. Get my pieces over here. I'm not sure what, oh, that was an extra that I didn't need. Okay, here's these. And I'm gonna trim this one out. So I need to buy a little silhouette Santa. I probably should have bought the Simon Hurley set. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I have, I bought the Gemini Mini. It was garbage. It's a hand crank one. Yeah. Garbage. And all I'm doing here is I'm just cutting along the line there to get these rooftops out. Okay, turn these all the right way. Grab my little tweezers because Sometimes they're hard to grab when they're sitting on this silicone, but it sure keeps stuff from moving around. Oh, I got a little piece of tape there I don't need. There we go. Now we're going to grab our little scene here and decide how to put the houses. I think I'll go. Boy, did I cut that one crooked or what? Okay, let's fix that. I guess it's crooked. It's going to live over here. And I'm going to go ahead and just prop open the little door and then it close back. Okay, so glue. Oh no, Meg. I would be heartbroken if my die cutting machine broke. I bought, the very first one I bought was the We Are Memory Keepers Evolution. I mean, it worked. But then I got the Big Shot and I found the difference. And I'm just gluing around here. And I'm going to glue this little piece on. I'm going to glue it just in a little ways. But all the way down to the bottom. See, the Santa and his sleigh would look so cool going through there. Let's go ahead and I got my window crooked on that one. That's okay. It's really handy to have like a sidekick or something small that's not electric that you can just grab real quick. Okay. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm focused. Sherry. No, I'm not going to color the houses, Jim. I'm going to leave them silhouette black. But I am going to light them up. Because, you know, it's got to be holiday / Christmas. Okay. Now, let's get the rooftops on the tall houses. My hands have been cramping up today. I don't know what I've done, except for I've gotten too much glue. Okay. I'm not going to light them up with actual lights, by the way. Okay, come here. Let me go ahead and here's my rag. Just clean up a little bit. I got something white on there. Get that off. All right, so what I have is I have my glitter pens. I'm gonna get a yellow one, a blue one, pink one, red one, and a green one. Oh, yeah, I've used them before in a flat application just because, I don't know, that I built, you know, a little scene with the old set, but it was a lot of work, and I honestly don't see myself actually displaying it that much. So all I'm going to do So I'm just going to randomly start drawing little lights. I want to go lots of colors, so I don't want to go too crazy with one color. And these little glitter gel pens really stand out on black. Let's do one here, do one over here, do one here. Let's get a couple around the window. See how easy? I mean, this is super easy. Okay, there's yellow. Let's go in with blue. I'm just going to take and dot, you know, a reasonable space away from the yellow, whatever reasonable might be. This still door's in my way. Can always add more, but I can't take away. Okay, let's go in with the pink. Forgot to add any blue ones up here. I can go back. Mike's got him a stomach bug today. He took me out to, I needed to go to Michael's and go to Hobby Lobby and run a couple of other errands. And he just sat in the car sick, so I went to Hobby Lobby and ditched the other errands. So the machine, the new machine, just out of curiosity, it looks just like an electric Big Shot to me. I think I saw a preview of it somewhere. I'm perfectly okay with my Vagabond until it breaks. Going in with the green, by the way. And finally the red. I'm going to need to pull some more colors because I know I don't want white because these are colored lights. But I'm sure I have other colors. They didn't have anything Tim Holtz except for at Hobby Lobby today, except for, you know, like paper dolls and ephemera and stuff like that. Let's find a purple. Purple's kind of hard to see, but we'll live with it. Let's get a purple one right there, purple one right here, purple one right here, right here. That gold one's kind of messed up, so I think I'll go over it. And I need, what color did I forget there? I forgot blue. A blue one there. I don't think I have any more colors. Oh, I got some turquoise. Let's do a turquoise one here. Turquoise one here, one here, one here on the tip of the roof. See, now the houses are all lit up. Well, I'll put these away later. I want those to kind of dry, and while they do, I'm going to look for a sentiment that basically says something like "from our house to yours." That I'm going to want to put on there. These are the Simon Says Stamps one. Oh, from our family. No, I wanted to say house. I might not have one. Oh gosh, you guys, I've got a mess here. Holiday cheer. Merriest wishes to you, my friend. Oh. Huh. All right, let's grab another handful here and see what we have. Merriest Christmas. Peace, love, and joy unto you. Warm wishes. I don't know if I have one like that. I probably do in my stamps, maybe. All right, digging a little deeper. Okay, here we go. Okay, somebody's at the door. No. Ah. I think. Yeah. Not that I'm aware of. I'm expecting anything or anyone. All right, so let's put some snow on these rooftops. Where did that snow pen go? Here we go. Elvis is going crazy because somebody rang the doorbell, but Mike's sick in bed. So I'm going to use one of these little tools here. So sorry about the barking. He'll get over it. And I'm just going to lay some snow along here. Even though it's not snowing now, because it can't snow when there's a full moon shining. You could use the Tim Holtz snow paste too. I'm not sure if I should do one at a time or not, so I'm going to go for it and do one at a time. Oh, that's so cool. Hi, Pam. Okay. See some snow. I'm going to just leave my heat gun on because I want it to stay hot. I don't want to warp up my card. Yeah, the snow pen is really cool. Look at that. Nancy sent me this one. I don't think it would be anything that I would buy for myself without trying it first. Oops. Make a mess there. That's so cool. And the Odd Sister Pam. Let me wipe this off because I don't know what this stuff is made of. Do my last little house. I'm just kind of slowly dabbing it. I don't want to get it too thick. Be so cool for gingerbread houses. Sorry, I'm yelling because I was trying to yell over my heat tool. Just wipe the rest of this up. I don't know if this stuff's toxic. I don't know anything much about it, but look at that. Look at that dimension on those. 3 Uncle Daryl's. Okay, so this wouldn't be complete without sparkling up my moon here. So I'm gonna grab some glitter real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the Clear Rock Candy. And I'm going to grab that little pen, the little glue pen. I'm going to come around the moon. Sorry if my head's in the way. And I do half at a time because I don't know how fast this stuff dries. And I don't want it to dry on one side and then have a funky edge. Find a piece of paper here. I lost all my paper. Okay, good. It did. See, it's barely even noticeable. But it does kind of brighten things up. Okay, let me just put this away. Wait a minute. Wait, back up. Sherry. Name, married Daryl, and then my brother Daryl married a Sherry. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. So I could have probably put a little bit of snow here in the corners of the windows, but I think not because I don't want to get too busy on there. Now I want to, I'm gonna glue this down to a card base. Let me decide on the card base here. Do I want glitter? That Hobby Lobby has the Paper Studio on sale for half price. Clashes. Clashes. Definitely not. Yep. Come on. Okay. I'm going to trim And this to 4 1/4. Y'all, speaking of sparkles, actually, let's go 5 1/2. 4 1/4. I bought this stamp set, okay, because I love ruby slippers. Well, you guys know I love shoes. So let me tell you that it looks easy. It is not. I fought and fought. I finally came up with a solution, which is basically I painted on embossing fluid from a dauber and then poured on this red glittery stuff. Okay, yeah, no more of that. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. All right, let's grab the card base. I think I'll use a black card base. Maybe. Whatever I grab. I'm crashing into things here. Yep, black it is. I wonder if this stuff gets wormy. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? I know, aren't those cute shoes? But they're humongous, like huge. Just going to use regular liquid adhesive here. Hope for the best. I'm going to glue this down. Hey guys, I really do appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me. I almost didn't do the live because Mike's sick and I have to have my door shut because when he's sick, he swears a lot. Don't ask. He just, I don't know. Some guys, when they get sick, just really don't handle it well. And let's pop this up. Okay. I'm going to use, I've got this fun foam stuff. Let me trim this down. Symptom swearing. I know. Okay, let's do just a little bit under 5 1/4. Let's go a little bit under 4 here, this way. I don't want to waste this stuff. A little bit under 5 1/4. Yes, for a stomach bug, exactly. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue because I don't trust the sticky on this stuff. It's cheap. So I'm going to reinforce it with some glue. And this won't make the thing too big, you know, too bulky, hopefully. Okay. What am I doing here? Pay attention. Don't stick down yet. And make sure nothing's sticking out the sides. It's barely, but it'll be fine. And I don't need to color that in or anything because it's purple. Who can say no to purple? Time is it? Okay. Just gonna hold that down for a minute. Where'd the other piece of cinnamon I had go? That's not it. That's it. Yeah, and you could put little people inside of here if you wanted to. But I'm not. Yep, I gotta Let me just lay some weight on here. This stuff doesn't like to stick to glitter very much. And I'll go ahead and edge these. Get my chisel edge here. And I have wrecked this marker. It's a Cali Art. I've wrecked it by edging things. So I don't have any more black alcohol markers. Hobby Lobby didn't have Copics on sale, and furthermore, I just can't make myself buy them. When they had the 40% off coupon, I did buy a set of gray, neutral grays. I think I got the set of 4 plus a fine liner pen for like 27 bucks. I'm like, that's a lot of money for somebody that doesn't really color that often. If I colored all the time, yeah, I'd make the investment, definitely. Give this another push down. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to leave that sit overnight. But meanwhile, I'll go ahead and put the sentiments on so we can call the card done. Merry Christmas. I don't know how I want that yet. One thing is this is the, you can scratch that easily. That, what is that stuff called? Pan Pastel. So I could spray it with some hairspray or something, but I'm not going to. I think I'll go right here to the edge. That way I know it's on straight. You know, I'd rather spend my money on ink, honestly. How do I want this? I think I want to keep it. Okay. And I'm just going to set that on there and look at my glue leaked out. Let's see what happens. I'm going to leave that overnight. So, yeah, I got the new Simon Hurley inks today in the mail. But y'all, let me show you. I love Stampscapes. Everybody knows I love Fairy Stamper. These Stampscape stamps go perfectly when you're trying to build a scene. So this is what I bought this set for, was this road right here. I don't mind the grove of trees either. But I can do without the people completely. But just, I love Kevin Stamps. He really does a beautiful job on these stamps. And so I think I got this for $18.95, and they are cling mounted. So now I've got the set 5, I've got the Country Chapel small, and I have a set of sentiments, which are super cool too. Love those. Anyway, that's all I've got. I was gonna mess with some lunar paste, but there's just not enough time. I don't like to go more than an hour because I know some people like to watch the replays, and I know that I won't watch a replay if it's longer than an hour. I just fall asleep. I can't help it. It's just nature of the beast with me. And I would say if you're gonna glue something onto glitter card, to go ahead and just keep some weight on it overnight. Yeah, his stamps are little works of art. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Thank you again for coming in to see me tonight. I really appreciate that you guys, you know, come and watch my videos, even if my content is weird. I don't know. This was just something. Sometimes I spend the whole day trying to think of what can I show that's something different. Anyway, what we did was we used some sprays, we used some crayons, we used some pan pastels, we used some 3D media, which would be these little houses. And honestly, you could just cut those out, you know, of regular, just cut them out like, you know, old school kindergarten. And we used a snow pan and glitter. Have a good night, all. I loves you. Mwah. Okay, and